Hey folks, welcome to Bullets and Brass. Some of the gun cleaners are pretty nasty. They smell horribly. And to be honest, they don't work any better. So you have two categories. This is separate from the smell, by the way. You have cleaners. This is Boretech Eliminator. It's a general purpose, pretty good cleaner, mostly designed for barrels, but you can use it on the rest of the gun. And then you have lubricants, and then you have a third category. I should have made that clearer. You have a third category that is called a CLP. Now, CLP used to be a product. It was actually developed for the military, Clean Lube Protect, and they actually marketed it as CLP. I'm not sure about the whole history there. Don't quote me if I'm wrong about that and give me a hard time. But there's products marketed as CLP. And there's a whole market for that because, well, we're lazy and we like to make this easier on ourselves. So you use one bottle to clean the gun, lubricate the gun, and protect it from rust. Sounds wonderful, right? Sounds almost too good to be true. It is. They do the last two pretty well. And there are lots of reviews out there comparing them and how well they prevent rust and how long that protection lasts. Most of them do okay. Some of them are just pure hype. The lubrication portion, again, some of it's mostly hype. Some are better than others. A lot of people argue that for lubrication purposes, going to the store and buying a quart of oil for your car works wonderfully and is dirt cheap in comparison. I mean, you're talking a couple bucks for a quart versus $20 for this little 4-ounce bottle. But this little 4-ounce bottle cleans, lubes, and protects, right? Not really. The cleaning portion of a CLP is good enough for quick and easy in the field. It is cleaning level 1. It is not advanced cleaning, so to speak. Dedicated cleaners, Boretech Eliminator, Hops number 9. Hops, by the way, is one that does smell. A lot of people like it. A lot of people hate it. They very often come down to gender lines. Just saying. So if you don't want to piss off your wife, girlfriend, significant other, check out Boretech. Check out a lot of the other ones. They'll advertise that they're low odor or no odor. Never really believe the no odor part, but I'm not up on all the newest ones. Boretech is pretty friendly to a lot of oddball stuff. You can run into some weird materials in firearms, and Boretech has never given me trouble. Where I do run into trouble with Boretech is you can't leave it there. It actually gets sticky. If you leave it on the gun, it's like a gummy feeling. So clean with something like the Boretech and then come back with CLP. So CLP is the quick and dirty. It is the equivalent of a little break free on a nut that is stuck. It is, smacking it with a hammer to get things loose, or as a general purpose lubricant. In particular, I found that the EWL version seems to stay on the gun a little better. You get more time before you have to re-lubricate. And I found that the slip does a good job not doing that. And the EWL in particular seems to do a better job. I'm not picky. Don't get me wrong. I'm not endorsing Slick or Slip 2000. There's lots of products out there. I am not up with the latest and greatest, so there could be something even better now, even from them. I'm planning to try the Wilson Combat Lube. They've got a new one out. It's in my cart. I just haven't hit go. Oil gets into the pores of the metal and protects it. And what we've seen in the past, and less so now with some of the modern finishes, but what we've seen in the past is that people would be so obsessive about getting it clean. They'd be using these cleaners that literally strip all the oils out because they're cleaning until they don't get anything on the pad. So they've gotten everything out and they're done. That was it. They stopped because they didn't want to have anything on it, right? It was perfectly clean. And 6 months later, the barrel looks like the Titanic, covered in rust, falling apart, useless. If you have a gun with a blued finish, protect it, oil it. If you have something stainless, oil it, protect it. Stainless is not rust proof. Stainless is rust resistant. Protect the firearm. The Clean Lube Protect, if you've got to pick one, protect. Because lubrication is easy. You can spit on it. Okay, you can dunk it in some water for a while, to keep it working. Soldiers have peed on them. You literally can provide any lubrosity and get these things to work for a little while. But if it rusts itself solid, you're done. But don't confuse cleaners with lubricants. There are a lot of firearm cleaners that work wonderfully that are not lubricants, and they are not protectors. If I use this, and obviously I have a big bottle of it, I have a couple smaller bottles downstairs, I use a fair bit of it. If I use it on a firearm, I use it at the beginning of the cleaning process. It's there to clean off carbon buildup, to clean off the gunk and help break things free, get the copper started moving out of the barrel. And they do make a copper solvent one. It's a starting point. And then I'm following up with a CLP type product. If you take a firearm and after you're done shooting, you literally take a paper towel or a rag with a little CLP or just oil, just any kind of protective oil, and wipe it down and run a bore snake through with some, or even just one patch through with some. And that's all you ever did. That firearm will provide a lifetime of use. It will be passed down to your children. It will most likely be just fine. It will eventually probably need some real cleaning in the barrel. If that's all you ever do, it's eventually going to be needing some serious help. But not if you don't shoot a lot. If you fire 5 rounds here, 10 rounds there, a hunting rifle kind of situation, that's all you have to do. Go easy, use the right tools for the job, take advantage of the fact that things like this, and let's not grab the messy part, things like these exist. If you're still using these, welcome to 2019, soon to be 2020. These went out of style in 1900s. If you're cleaning your bench rust rifle, absolutely, feel free, makes sense. If you're cleaning your AR-15, your Mini 14, your shotgun, what are you doing? Work smarter, not harder. Now, I presented these, I've talked about these, I've said I'm not specifically endorsing them or anything, I'm not sponsored by them, not sponsored by anybody. Clearly not dressed like this and doing these in front of an iPhone. But I also do say I've been happy with them. I've been using this particular pair, not necessarily this exact version of this, but this particular pair, I want to say 10 years now. I switched from a couple other cleaners to the Boretech because of the smell. The person I was living with basically said, that stinks, find something else. And I went to midway.com and picked out 5 or 6 that they said were low odor, no odor, pleasant odor, and essentially one after another, put them on a little patch and left it there and said, how's this one? No, no. Okay, we aired out the area. Next one. How's that one? And the bore tech, she basically said, I don't even notice it. Boom. That's it. Stopped looking. Works great. Didn't need to keep going. This, I don't know. I've never had anybody complain about the smell. Certainly, there have been reviews that showed that it wasn't as good as some other product in certain ways. It does the job for me, and it's easy. Most of the ones that seem to do better are less easy. So that is my thoughts on cleaning for general purpose for modern firearms. Most definitely, if you have something historical, if you have something very expensive and fancy that needs precision cleaning, treat it accordingly. I'm not saying to run a bore snake through your bench rest rifle, although to be honest, I probably would. I don't know why I wouldn't, but I would be careful about it. I would be pulling, down to the side of the barrel. An AR-15 with probably a $75 barrel in this case, fuck it. Yank. So, take care, have fun, stay safe, and keep things clean.